Ja gut, heilen brauche ich nicht. Oh doch, Olivia könnte heilen gebrauchen. Und wir können auch einmal speichern, nachdem wir den Kampf geschafft haben. Und wir müssen jetzt anscheinend wirklich bis zum Flugschiff wieder zurück. Hold it right where you. You're not getting past us. You guys are back for more after taking a ride just beating like that. No, that's what I call tough. We don't want to move and we're just going to force our way through. Hellgate. Area. Ach so. Stone Impact. Und Hellgate. Greift ich mal normal an. Oh, das hat nicht gereicht, schade. Zack. Und zack. Ich habe mal die Battle-Position von dem ändern. Also. Ich glaube, so macht das mehr Sinn. Die sind auch noch hier, die Baumviecher, Mann. Don't think you're going up any further. Take the hostages and go. Well, back for more, huh? When will you learn? What are you trying to do? Buy time for your leaders to escape? Huh, I've done a lot for us over the years. Now it's time to return the favor. Out. Mach mal Attack. Und Hellgate. Und Hellgate. Das hat nicht gereicht. Sehr schön. Oh crap, looks like we've got company. Don't think you're going to walk out of here the same way you came in. All we need to do is buy some time for Don, Kyle and Josette to escape. Trying to shoot your masters to a bitter end, huh? So it's a ridiculous thing to do, your spirit is admirable. And I wonder if beating them into the ground might be a way to honor the sacrifice. Let's take them down. Okay. Taken wir sie down. Und zack. Zack. Und zack. 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 Nice. Oh, Alter, schön, wie viele Feuersepieten es hier gibt, ey, Mann. Mann, ist das gut. Huch. Ups. Boah, ganz ehrlich, nee. Huh? What's this? How dare me find out about this place? But liars think we're supposed to go down like this? Hey, get your dirty mitts off of me. What's going on here? So those are the ringleaders of the Sky Bandits. Surprised there's such a young woman too. How about you shut your yap and start taking some good pictures? What have a chance of getting another scoop like this? Oh, how about it, Niall? Is this enough to help you write a decent article? You bet it is. Really grateful that you took us along. Oh, and would you mind if we took a picture of you while we're at it? What do you think, General Morgan? Do as you like. This plan was successful thanks to your genius. In all honesty, this is truly something to boast about. No, this was just a result of the accuracy of Intelligence Division's analysis. Thanks to the cooperation of those of you standing over there. What? What are you guys? I mean, how the heck? What's going on exactly? It's you kids again. Hey, look, it's a stunt Joshua. Wait, why are you here? Just for record, I tell you, we have infiltrated this place one step ahead of you, again. And the entire hideout has been subdued. We chased the fleeing sky bandit leaders up this way, but I never would have guessed that the Royal Army's patrol ship would be waiting. Once again, you've overstepped your bounds. With all due respect, General, it was because of them that our military strike saw this level of success. Therefore, should we in turn recognize their achievements? Do as you wish. I'll leave the rest up to your discretion. I'll return to the ship and see what information I can get out of these sky bandits. Very well, General. That old man's as stubborn as ever. He's not a bad person, he just lacks a little flexibility. We decide where are the other sky bandits and the hostages. The other lackeys should be just lying all over the place unconscious. As for the hostages, we have them waiting in the same room they were imprisoned in. I see. You have done this nation a great service. Please leave the transportation of the hostages and cargo to us. Let move, Captain Amartya. Yes, Colonel. Wait for me, Colonel. I'd really like to introduce you, kid, but this time the Colonel is top priority. But if we have another opportunity, I'd appreciate doing one with you too. See you later, Stella, Joshua. My. You had your whole shining moment uprooted and stolen just like that. You got that right. Don't let it bother you, Stella. Bracer's role has always been that of the unsung hero. And there's no real reason for us to stand out. That sounds about right, yeah. That always made a point of staying background too. Really? I never noticed. Where is that? I guess that's the one problem we've still got to figure out. Where's Dad now? What is he doing? And why hasn't he tried to contact us? Look like there's nothing else left for us to do here. In the meantime, let's get back to Bose and report what happened with the incident. We'll try and figure out what to do about your dad after that. I really appreciate all your hard work. It appears that my impression about you was right. I knew that you would come through and bring closure to this incident. Yeah, but the army took off with all the glory, so I don't know if we could exactly say that we solved the case. No, that's not true. If you had been there, I don't know if the army's raid would have been so successful. Backed into the corner they were, the sky bandits might very well have harmed the hostages. Agreed. Everything worked out because you infiltrated their hideout and took them out ahead of time. You should be proud of what you've done. You really think so? Hehe. True that the hostages were freed and the sky bandits arrested. But it's a bit vexing to know that there are still some unanswered questions left. The man who appeared at the Valeria Lakeshore and the mystifying attitude of a leader of the sky bandit. I think we should consider that we should consider that there's a lot behind this incident that we don't know about. Damn it. Well, I guess we'll have to leave that part up to the Royal Army to figure out. With all the culprits being detained by them, there's really not much left we can do. Anyway, we should just be glad that all the hostages came back safe. Thanks to the news about the arrest of the sky bandit, things are returning to normal here in town. As a token of my thanks, I've added a bit of a bonus to your reward. Really, are you okay with that? Of course I am. I'd like to thank you too, Olivier. I just hope that my work was worth the price of that Grand Chardonnay. Yes, in fact, there was shame to spare. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And if anything else comes up, I'd greatly appreciate your help again. Good day. Wow, nice that someone appreciates us. I'm sure that if the incident had gone on any longer, it would have caused much more confusion. It's probably only natural that the mayor is as happy as she is. I'm starting to feel all giddy inside. I don't think Bracer could be any more happy than knowing her work about a bunch of other people. You say so? But I think it's safe to say that you're no longer Greenhorns. Honestly, the two of you really surprised me this time. Yes, you think so? At any rate, please accept your assessment and pay for clearing up the incident. 8000. Und Junior Bracer, 5. Klasse und Haze Quartz. That's the pay the mayor was talking about. It's a very, very nice sum. And this is from me. Receive recommendation. Is this recommendation from the both branch? Is it alright to give this to us so soon? Of course, it would be downright rude of me not to recommend you after resolving such a big incident. Please accept it. Thank you, Lugren. We'll work hard so that we don't bring any embarrassment on this recommendation. Haha, great work you two. I'm sure your father would be extremely pleased if he heard the news. Sure, you're probably right. I wonder what on earth Cassius could be doing right now. Not contacting the guild is one thing, but not contacting his family is a completely different matter. Yeah, it's definitely not like him. After he suddenly disembarked from the airline in both, I wonder where it could have gone. Excuse me, please. Aren't you at reception from the landing port? What's the matter? You see, we recovered some of the cargo stolen by Sky Bandits, and among some of the pieces were a number of parcels addressed to the Bracer Guild. So I'm here to deliver one of them today. I appreciate you doing that, but wait a minute. Why is there something addressed to this branch when the airliner left both to begin with? It's actually addressed to the Roland branch, but aren't Cassius Bride's family members here? What? That's us, but... Oh, perfect. You contacted the Roland branch and they said you had come here. Here you are, this is the parcel. This letter, yep, it's in Dad's handwriting. It's addressed to Joshua and I at the Roland branch. Seemed as if he just scribbled it out before he got off the airliner. I guess Dad did intend on getting in contact with that after all. Oh, well, that's good to hear. So that parcel from your dad too? No, this one looked like it was sent to my dad by someone else. Huh, that's odd. Yeah, the sender hadn't written their name anywhere. Okay, my business is done, so I'll be on my way. Oh, and once, another thing. Good job in helping arrest those Sky Bandits. You boys are sure do excellent work. And to think that a clue about your father would be mixed in with the airliner's cargo. Feel free to use the lounge upstairs to read his letter if you'd like. Thanks, Lugren. Huh, well then, let's have a look at the content, shall we? Do you mind telling me what you're still doing here? It's just plain simple curiosity, that's all. Why did your father disembark the airliner prior to its departure? Were I forced to wait around for an answer? The question would stick in my mind, so I'd never be able to sleep at night. And you're telling me this because? Oh, how heartless and cruel can you be to a companion who has traveled alongside you? And just who is it you have to thank for being able to infiltrate the Sky Bandits' hideout, I wonder? Alright, already. You can be a rather obnoxious fellow, I hope you know. I guess we don't have much of a choice. However, depending on the content, we may have to ask you to leave, okay? Of course, I understand. Alright, let's see what he has to say. Estelle started by cutting the letter seal. Dear Estelle and Joshua, I'm sure you're probably about finished with the jobs I left for you, right? I'm also sure there are many things you will have trouble with in the beginning, but take each one step at a time. I know you both can succeed. Anyway, it turns out that I've had a little trouble with my own work. Unfortunately, it looked like I won't be able to make it home for quite some time. Please don't expect my return until after the Queen's birthday celebration. I'm really sorry that things turned out like they did, but you should be grown up enough not to be lonely while I'm away. Don't like it back, I'll leave it up to both of you to decide how you want to live. You're free to continue working in Roland, or you're free to pursue qualifying as a senior brand racer. Your 16th year is a vintage time in your life, so make sure not to waste it. Please give my regard to Charizard and Aina, Cassius Bride. It seemed like the type of letter your father would write. It touches lightly on things, but it's full of consideration towards the both of you. Yeah, looks that way. The Queen's birthday celebration, is it? Or what I've heard, that's still a ways off. Yep, it's about 2 or 3 months away. War das nicht am Anfang der Story noch einen Monat entfernt? Which means this would be the perfect time to... Ah ne, ein halbes Jahr. Wir haben schon 3 Monate rum, was? Which means this would be the perfect time to take a small trip. I really wonder where your father is and what he's up to. Forget about that and let's focus on what's in that package. With an unknown sender, there's bound to be something interesting inside. To be honest, I'm pretty curious myself. Well, it should be open thing addressed to my dad. Why don't you think of it this way? It was a package delivered by an unknown sender about the time your father disappeared. The two might be related, you know. That's true. Olivier, don't coax Estelle into doing something to satisfy your own curiosity. Actually though, Olivier does have a good point. Instead of leaving it until our dad comes home, it might be worth looking into. Okay, let's check it out. Estelle opened the parcel from the unknown sender. That was a shiny black hemispherical device, also enclosed with a single memo with the item. What's this supposed to be? It's an ointment, although I'm not sure what it's used for. Let's see what the memo says. I was able to secure the item the aforesaid group was carrying, so please take care of it. Please ask Professor R to do an analysis of when you find an opportunity. K. Professor R, das wird wahrscheinlich Professor Russell sein. K. Wer ist K? Es gibt Klein, aber der ist aktuell, wir sind hier 4 Jahre vor, wir sind 2 Jahre vor Cold, deshalb wird die wahrscheinlich irgendwie 14 sein oder so. Das wahrscheinlich eher nicht. K. Verbindung zu Cassius. Kaffei. Kaffei. Aber hätte er nicht dann mit Jun unterschrieben? Richard ist auch, mit Alan Richard ist es auch nicht. Gerade überlegen, die potenzielle Gruppierung, von der das ist, paar Member durchgehen, weiß ich auch nicht. Also am meisten Sinn würde machen Kaffei. If that's it, yep, it looked like the sender didn't write anything else. Sure, do you have any idea who K or Professor R might be? I hate to say this, but I don't have a clue for either. Your father's pretty well known, so there's a possibility these people could be foreigners too. If this is the only thing we've got to go on, then honestly, I'm about ready to throw in the towel. What the heck is this black ointment anyway? On shape alone, it doesn't look like anything intended for general use, although it feels a little similar to a battle ointment. Even so, it's still quite different. A normal battle ointment has slots in which to install quartz. This one has none. Maybe this one is an artifact. An artifact. Precisely, an artifact is an ointment created by an ancient civilization. Artifacts are the models for all ointments produced today. They are still occasionally discovered in ruins, and for the most part the Septian Church has custody over them. They're a type of antique, so to speak. This one doesn't appear to be that old. Looked to me like it was made recently. You're right about that. However, this one almost seems like a black market item. Jeez, no, look at what happened because of my good-for-nothing dad. Doesn't he know that we're all worried about him? Estelle? Oh, he's getting some sketchy item from an unknown sender. What in the world has my dad gotten himself into this time? Estelle. You know, Estelle, I've been thinking. How about we continue our journey? Huh? Joshua. That's what Dad wrote in his letter, right? He said, or you're free to pursue qualifying as a senior voicer. Yeah, he did say that, but we've already managed to get recommendation from Roland and both, right? All that's left are Rouen, Scythe and Grancel. Only those 3. If we do jobs as we travel around to these other regions, we just might hear something about where Dad is or what he's doing. I think we're just worrying ourselves for nothing, considering Dad's skills. And there's also a possibility that he may have even traveled abroad. But I think getting off our own dust is a lot better than just sitting around and waiting. And we just might be able to find the Professor R too. Joshua, what? You're a genius! Estelle, what are you talking about? It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, or maybe even 10. Sometimes I hate you for being so smart. So, should I consider that a yes? Or it is ever. Yes, yes, triple yes. Waiting to be senior voices as we travel around Le Bourg, and exposing what that no-good middle-aged man has been doing in the process. I think you're somehow missing a point. Look like she's back to her old self. I guess it's settled then. Also, ja, ich komme mit. Well, take care. I'm going to head back to Roland now. That said, I'm still a little worried about you two. I'm sure you don't want me to come along. You better rest, shower. We'll be fine. The whole reason we're going on this trip is to become senior braces. It wouldn't be training anymore if you came with us. And if you didn't go back, the Roland branch would have a hard time managing things. Don't worry about us. We'll figure out a way to get things done. Well, if you insist, it's pretty rare for someone your age to be aiming for senior braces status, so don't overdo it. If you run into any trouble, contact the Roland branch. You've got it? I'll come running no matter where you are. Sure, thanks, Shower. And the same goes for you. Don't get yourself too liquored up. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Haha. Alright, I'll watch the number of drinks. Never fear, dear children. You can count on me to protect fair Shower. And why are you headed to Roland? Not to mention with Shower. But because I've tasted all there is to taste of the local dishes in both. And I thought it was about time I turned my attention toward another region. And for Roland cuisine, I've heard the produce is just to die for, so that's what I'm looking forward to next. That's pretty much it. He says he wants me to introduce him to a nice restaurant and some lovely vegetables or some such nonsense. Being so persistent, I only agreed to him coming along under the condition that he could drink with me at the bar. We'll never see him alive again. Olivia, I really hope you understand what you promised her. I could die for the likes of fine women and food. Part of me longs to be by your side as you continue the journey, Joshua. But after many agonizing hours of consideration, I've decided to accompany fair Shellzard instead. I think I'll be better off with you a safe distance away from me. Well, have fun, but I'm warning you, don't you dare make any trouble in Roland, you hear me? And here's another piece of advice. When Shell's at the bar, watch out. That's when the gloves come off. I'm seriously not joking when I say you should beware. How dare you speak about your mentor like that, Estelle? And besides, Ina's coming along too. Yeah, and she's even worse than you. The gloves come off, huh? Is that perchance what you and Estelle were talking about before? Yes, Estelle said it best, so it was nice knowing you. Yes, it was a pleasure. Eh? Roland-bound airliner will be departing shortly. All passengers please board the airship now. Well, Ollie boy, looks like it's time for us to leave. Come on now, we'd better hurry and get on. Sure, wait, can't we talk this over? I'd really appreciate it if I had just a little more time to think things through. Surely you're not getting cold feet already. If you consider yourself a man, then quit acting like a ninny. See you later, Shower. Give your our regard to everyone in Roland. Have a wonderful trip, you two. Der arme Olivier. Chapter 1, Disappearance of Linde, End. That's Love and Peace, Baby. Und das... das sind Olivia und Shara auf dem Bild, okay.